Hello everyone. So today's our content is what is a polymorphism and what are the types of polymorphism, example and advantages of a polymorphism. So let's start with the what is a polymorphism in a Java. Polymorphism, it is a process. It is a process by which we can perform one action by the different ways. That is called as a polymorphism. Polymorphism, it is a derived from the two words. It comes from the Greek. There are the two words. First is a poly and second is a morphs. The word of poly, it means the many, and second word is the morphs. It is the meaning of the forms. So method overloading is it has a many forms. So let's take one example of a polymorphism in Java. So the example of polymorphism is a human behavior. The one person can have the different behaviors. So if you are working in an office, that is a role of that is a behavior of employee. Then one person is traveling in a bus. Then a student in a school and a son at a home. So let's take another example of polymorphism. If you are doing some task, that time your role is a employee. If you are preparing dish, that time your job role is a cook. If you are driving a car, that time your job role is a driver. That are the examples of the polymorphism we use in a Java. So let's see why we use a polymorphism in a Java. So in inheritance, the one class, it acquires the properties and data or behavior from the another class. That's called as an inheritance. In a Java, polymorphism, it is allows to you to reuse the inherited properties from the another class. That is the use of the polymorphism in a Java. Then there are the two types of polymorphism. First is a compile time polymorphism. Second type is runtime polymorphism. In a polymorphism, we can achieve polymorphism by the two ways. First is a method overloading and second is a method overriding. If you are going to use a static method in a Java, that time that is an example of the compile time polymorphism. Then let's talk about the before starting runtime polymorphism. Let's see what is upcasting in a Java. Upcasting, it is a reference variable. It is refers to object of a subclass from parent class. That is called as upcasting. Let's see syntax of upcasting. First, we have declared one class, that class A, and then we have declared the class B extends class A. That is similar to the inheritance concept in OOPS. Then let's talk about the what is a runtime polymorphism in a Java? In runtime polymorphism, it is also called as a dynamic process dispatch. In a Java runtime polymorphism, it is a process in which by the call to an overriding method to resolve the at runtime rather than compile time. In this process, method is called and the reference variable of a superclass. The determination of the method to be called is a based on the object, and there is no need to superclass. So let's see one example of a polymorphism in a Java. Runtime polymorphism in Java. So bank, in a bank, bank is a create a class, and then it provides to you multiple methods, and you want to you declare two parameters in a method. So example is SBI provides the rate of interest is 9.8%. ICICI Bank provides the 8.25%. That is the example of a runtime polymorphism in a Java. So let's talk about the what is a compile time polymorphism. In a compile time polymorphism or a static method dispatch, it is a process in which by the call the method it resolves at compile time rather than the runtime. So let's see what is the method overloading in a Java. Method overloading, method overloading. It can have multiple methods by the same name, but at different parameters. It's known as a method overloading. So let's take one advantage of method overloading in Java. It is increase the repeatability of the program. That is the advantage of the method overloading. We can perform method overloading by two ways. First is the by changing the number of arguments, by the changing the different types of parameters or types. So let's talk about the advantages of polymorphism. First is you can perform one actions by different ways, and for example, if you have declared one variable and you have given different parameters in a single variable, that is the advantage of the polymorphism. So in this video we have discussed about the what is a polymorphism and why we use polymorphism in Java, and types of polymorphism in Java, and advantages and example of polymorphism in Java. That's all about the polymorphism in Java. Thank you.